Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to practice something very important, real English conversations.
I'm excited about this because sometimes I understand English, but I don't know what to say when a real conversation starts.
That's completely normal. Many English learners have the same problem. They know words and sentences, but when someone asks them a question, their mind suddenly goes blank.
Yes, that happens to me all the time.
So today, we're going to change that. We'll practice simple conversations that you can actually use in everyday life.
That sounds great. What should we practice first?
Let's begin with something very simple. Imagine you meet a friend in the morning.
Okay.
I say, "Hey, good morning. How are you doing?" "Good morning. I'm doing pretty well. How about you?" "Great. That sounds natural. You don't need a complicated answer. You can simply say, "I'm doing well. I'm pretty good." Or, "I'm doing great."
So I don't need to say a long sentence?
Not at all. In everyday English, short sentences are often better.
What about asking about someone's day?
You can say, "How's your day going?"
How's your day going?
Perfect. And I might answer, "It's going well so far."
It's going well so far.
Excellent. Now let's make it feel like a real conversation. "Hey, good morning. How are you doing?"
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
"I'm good. How's your day going?"
It's going well so far. I just had some coffee.
"Nice. I had coffee too."
See? That conversation was very easy.
Exactly. And that's our goal today. We're not trying to sound perfect. We're trying to sound natural.
Part 2. Talking about your morning.
I like this approach. Can we practice talking about our morning next?
Absolutely. Talking about your daily routine is one of the easiest ways to practice English.
Because we already know what happened?
Exactly. You don't have to invent a story. You can simply talk about your real life.
Okay. How would you ask someone about their morning?
You can ask, "How was your morning?"
How was your morning?
"My morning was pretty good. I woke up early, made some coffee, and checked my messages."
That sounds natural.
Now you try. How was your morning?
My morning was good. I woke up at 7, took a shower, and had breakfast.
Excellent. That's exactly the kind of English you should practice.
What if I want to ask a follow-up question?
Good question. You can ask, "What did you have for breakfast?"
What did you have for breakfast?
"I had eggs and toast."
I had cereal and fruit.
Great. Now notice something important. A conversation becomes easier when you ask simple follow-up questions.
So instead of answering with one sentence and stopping, I can ask another question.
Exactly. Let's practice. What did you have for breakfast?
I had cereal and fruit. What about you?
I had eggs and toast. Did you have coffee?
Yes, I did. I usually drink coffee in the morning.
Nice. Now you're having a real conversation.
I can see how this works.
Good. And remember, you can talk about many things. What time you woke up, what you ate, what you did first, or how you felt in the morning.
So my everyday life can become my English practice.
Exactly. Your life is full of English practice opportunities.
Now let's move to another common topic, work and study.
That's useful because people often ask, "What do you do?"
Exactly. If you meet someone new, "What do you do?" is a very common question.
And how can I answer it?
Keep it simple. You can say, "I work in a bank." "I'm a teacher." "I work from home." Or, "I'm a student."
What if I want to give a little more information?
You can add one simple sentence. For example, "I work at a small company." "I work in the sales department."
That sounds easy.
Let's practice. I'll ask you. "So, what do you do?"
I work for a small company. I work in the marketing department.
Nice. Do you like your job?
Yes, I do. It can be busy, but I enjoy it.
Excellent. Now I'll make it a little more challenging. What do you usually do at work?
I answer emails, talk to customers, and work with my team.
Very good. Those are useful everyday expressions.
What if I'm a student?
You can say, "I'm a student. I'm studying business."
I'm a student. I'm studying business.
Perfect. Can I ask someone about their work too?
Of course, you can ask, what do you do? Or what kind of work do you do?
What kind of work do you do?
I work in education.
Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I do. I enjoy helping people learn.
That feels like a real conversation. That's because it is. When you learn English through realistic conversations, you start building useful speaking habits.
And I don't have to memorize long speeches.
Exactly. Learn short expressions and practice connecting them naturally. Part 4. Making plans with friends.
I want to practice something more social now. How do I talk about plans with friends?
Great choice. This is another conversation you can use almost every week.
What's a common question?
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Do you have any plans for the weekend?
I might visit a friend on Saturday.
What about Sunday?
I'm not sure yet. I might stay home and relax.
So, I might is useful when I'm not completely sure.
Exactly. It's a very natural expression.
Let's practice a full conversation.
Hey, do you have any plans for this weekend?
I'm going to meet a friend on Saturday.
Nice. What are you going to do?
We're going to have lunch and maybe watch a movie.
Sounds fun. What about Sunday?
I don't have any plans yet. I'll probably stay home.
Perfect.
What if I want to invite someone?
You can say, would you like to come with me?
Would you like to come with me?
Great. You can also say, do you want to grab some coffee?
Do you want to grab some coffee?
Very natural.
What if I'm busy?
Then you can politely say, I'd love to, but I'm busy this weekend.
I'd love to, but I'm busy this weekend.
Excellent. Notice how useful these sentences are. You can use them with friends, coworkers, or people you know well.
I'm starting to realize that everyday English is mostly about simple situations.
Exactly. You don't need hundreds of difficult expressions. You need useful expressions that you can actually remember and use.
And then practice them until they feel natural.
That's the key. Part 5. Asking questions naturally.
Sometimes I answer a question, but then I don't know what to say next.
That's why follow-up questions are so important.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. If someone says, I went to New York last weekend, you can ask, how was it?
How was it?
Great question. You can also ask, what did you do there?
What did you do there?
Exactly. Let's practice. I went to a new restaurant yesterday.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It was really good.
What did you order?
I ordered pasta and a salad.
Would you go there again?
Definitely.
That was easy.
Yes, you simply followed the conversation with natural questions.
So I can use questions like, how was it? What did you do? And did you enjoy it?
Exactly. These questions work in many situations.
What about talking to someone about their hobbies?
You can ask, what do you like to do in your free time?
What do you like to do in your free time?
I like reading and going for walks.
What kind of books do you like?
I usually read books about travel and history.
That's interesting.
See how one simple question creates another question?
Yes.
And that is how natural conversations grow.
I think I'm becoming less afraid of running out of things to say.
Good. The trick is simple. Listen carefully, answer naturally, and ask a small follow-up question. Part 6. Conversations at a coffee shop.
Can we practice a conversation at a coffee shop?
Of course. Imagine you walk into a coffee shop for the first time.
Okay.
You can say, "Hi, can I get a medium coffee, please?"
Hi, can I get a medium coffee, please?
Good. The person might ask, "Would you like milk or sugar?"
I'd like a little milk, please.
Perfect. Then they might ask, "Anything else?"
No, that's all, thank you.
Excellent. That's all is a very useful expression.
Can we make the conversation longer?
Sure. Let's imagine we're sitting at the coffee shop after ordering. This place is pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it. It's quiet.
Do you come here often?
Not really. This is my first time.
Really? How did you find this place?
My friend told me about it.
Nice. What do you usually order?
I usually get a latte.
That sounds good. I usually drink black coffee.
I can't drink black coffee. It's too strong for me.
I used to think that too.
So this is another real conversation I could practice.
Exactly. And notice how we're not using difficult vocabulary.
Everything feels familiar.
That's important. When you practice familiar situations, your brain can focus on speaking instead of trying to understand every word.
So I should practice situations I actually experience.
Yes, practice ordering food, talking to coworkers, meeting friends, making plans, asking questions, and describing your day.
That gives me so many ways to practice.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the past. This is something people do every day.
Like talking about what I did yesterday.
Exactly. Someone might ask, "What did you do yesterday?"
What did you do yesterday?
I worked in the morning, went grocery shopping after work, and watched a movie at night.
That sounds simple.
It is. Now you try. What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday, I went to work in the morning. After work, I met a friend for coffee.
Very good. What did you talk about?
We talked about our jobs and our weekend plans.
Excellent. And what did you do after that?
I went home and cooked dinner.
Great. You just told a short story in English.
I didn't even realize it.
That's because you used simple steps. First, say what happened, then add one or two details.
So I don't have to tell a long story.
Right. Start small.
What about talking about something fun I did?
You can say, "I had a great time yesterday."
I had a great time yesterday.
Then someone might ask, "What did you do?"
I went to a concert with my friends.
Nice. How was it?
It was amazing. The music was great and everyone had a lot of fun.
Excellent.
I think telling short stories is a good way to practice.
It's one of the best ways. You can talk about yesterday, last weekend, your last vacation, or something interesting that happened.
And I can practice alone by telling myself what I did.
Exactly. That's a powerful speaking habit. Part 8. Solving everyday problems.
What about conversations when something goes wrong?
Great question. Real life isn't always perfect, so it's useful to know how to explain simple problems.
Can we practice one?
Sure. Imagine you're at a hotel and your room is too cold.
Okay.
You can say, "Excuse me, the room is very cold. Could you help me?"
Excuse me, the room is very cold. Could you help me?
Perfect. Now imagine your internet isn't working.
My internet isn't working.
Good. You could say, "Could you check it, please?"
Could you check it, please?
Excellent. Now let's practice a conversation at work. "I'm having a problem with my computer.
What's wrong?
It keeps turning off."
Have you tried restarting it?
"Yes, I have, but it's still happening."
Maybe we should ask the IT team for help.
Good idea.
That sounded very natural.
Because these are real phrases people use.
What if I don't understand what someone says?
That's also very important. You can say, "Sorry, could you say that again?"
Sorry, could you say that again?
Or, "Could you speak a little more slowly?"
Could you speak a little more slowly?
Perfect. Never be afraid to ask someone to repeat something.
I used to think that asking someone to repeat themselves was embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing at all. Good communication means making sure both people understand each other.
That makes me feel better.
Good. Confidence doesn't mean understanding everything. Confidence means knowing what to do when you don't understand. We've practiced many different situations today. How are you feeling now?
Honestly, I feel more comfortable. I still make mistakes, but I don't feel as nervous.
That's a big improvement.
I think the biggest difference is that I'm not trying to create perfect sentences.
Exactly. Let's talk about that for a moment. If you want to speak English confidently, you have to give yourself permission to make mistakes. You will forget words sometimes. You will use the wrong word sometimes. You may stop in the middle of a sentence and start again. That is completely normal. The important thing is to keep speaking. Practice short conversations every day. Repeat useful expressions until they become familiar. Talk about your day. Ask yourself questions. Answer them out loud. The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to become comfortable using English. Every small conversation gives your brain more practice. So don't wait for confidence to appear before you speak. Speak first, and confidence will grow from that practice.
I really needed to hear that.
Good. Now let's test your confidence. What did you do this morning?
I woke up early, had breakfast, checked my messages, and started my work.
Great. What are you going to do tonight?
I'm probably going to stay home, have dinner, and watch something.
Excellent. What do you like doing on weekends?
I like meeting friends, going out for coffee, and relaxing at home.
Perfect.
Those questions were easy.
And that's the point. With regular practice, simple English becomes automatic.
I'm ready for one final challenge.
Good. Let's do it. Imagine we've just met for the first time. Let's have a complete conversation using everything we practiced.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Daniel.
Nice to meet you, Daniel. I'm Emma.
Where are you from?
I'm from Chicago. How about you?
I'm from Boston. What do you do?
I work for a small company. I'm in the marketing department.
Do you enjoy your job?
Yes, I do. It can be busy, but I enjoy it.
What do you usually do after work?
I usually go home, make dinner, and relax.
Do you have any plans for this weekend?
I'm going to meet a friend on Saturday. We might go to a coffee shop.
Sounds nice. Do you go to coffee shops often?
Sometimes. I usually order a latte.
Nice. What did you do last weekend?
I visited my family. We had dinner together and watched a movie.
That sounds great.
Thanks. What about you?
I stayed home and relaxed.
It sounds like we had very different weekends.
We did.
But that conversation felt easy.
And that's exactly what we wanted. Today, you practiced greetings, daily routines, work, study, weekend plans, questions, coffee shop conversations, past events, everyday problems, and confidence-building practice.
And I learned that simple English can create real conversations.
Absolutely. Keep practicing a little every day. Speak out loud. Repeat useful sentences. Talk about your real life. Don't worry about being perfect.
Just keep speaking.
Exactly. The more you speak, the more natural English will feel.
Thank you for practicing with me.
And thank you for learning with us. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, you don't need perfect English to start speaking English.
See you in the next lesson.
Take care, keep practicing, and keep speaking English.